You are listening to the Empowered Business Podcast. I'm your host, Monica Froese, a mom of two and your secret weapon to creating a six-figure digital product business. I'm on a mission to help 1,000 women make $100,000 a year. That's right, $100 million towards financial independence for women. As an online business expert, I am teaching you everything I know right here week after week, so you can join us on the journey to $100 million. Sound good? Then let's jump in. Welcome back to the Empowered Business Podcast. Today, I've got a great show for you. I'm taking you behind the scenes of a very unique sales funnel that I developed to use with digital products, and I call it the Triple Dip Funnel. 5 years ago, I started somewhat of a movement, a new way to sell digital products that no one else was doing, and it's become pretty popular in my online business circles. I began teaching my students about the Triple Dip Funnel in 2017, and now I click on digital product sales pages from places like Facebook ads and Pinterest ads and even in Instagram, and I get to see my brainchild come to life, and it's pretty amazing. So before I get ahead of myself here, you might be completely lost about all this talk about sales funnels. I mean, it's not something that people talk about in the, what I like to call the real world, not online. So let's take some time to define a few important terms so that you don't get overwhelmed as I explain what this magical funnel is all about, with the purpose of it helping you to sell more digital products. So first, let's just define what a digital product is. So in my opinion, a digital product is an asset that you create once that teaches your knowledge and skills. And it's highly profitable because you can sell it over and over again. So these are things like ebooks, digital courses, digital templates like spreadsheets, or printables. A sales funnel, which sounds a little overwhelming, is honestly just a fancy way to describe your customer's journey. It's the roadmap from how a new visitor comes onto your website and then becomes a paying, loyal customer. That's all. It's how do they find you? How do they buy from you? That's all a sales funnel is. Now, the Triple Dip Funnel is a 3-part sales funnel that attracts cold traffic to a sales page and offers 2 options, to buy or to sign up. The third part of the funnel is offering a tripwire after someone takes the action to sign up for your freebie at the end. And a tripwire is simply just a limited time offer. Now, what is cold traffic? When I say cold traffic, all I'm referring to is someone lands on your sales page that is not familiar with you or your brand yet. If I refer to warm traffic, I'd be talking about someone who is already familiar with you. Maybe they're already on your email list, or they've been on your website before. That would be a warm visitor. So the whole point of the Triple Dip sales funnel that I'm going to talk about in this episode is to attract cold traffic into our business and get them to purchase something from us. Back in episode 2, I told you the story about my very first digital product. It's called the Family Budget Spreadsheet. And it's a $17 digital spreadsheet that has earned over $200,000 in the last 5 years with very, very minimal effort from me. Selling the Family Budget Spreadsheet is what led me to develop the Triple Dip Funnel. So let me tell you the story of how this all happened and how the Triple Dip Funnel can be a game changer for selling your own digital products. The Triple Dip Funnel is a very special funnel that I created 5 years ago when I was building my business using Pinterest, and Pinterest was the entry point to all of my funnels. Now that means that's how people found me. They clicked on a pin and they came to my website. And Pinterest is unique in the sense that people come to search for a solution to their problem. Pinterest is a search engine. So this puts the people who click onto my website from Pinterest in what I like to call an action taker mentality. The action I wanted my new visitor to take from Pinterest, so my cold traffic, was to buy something from me. Now, if you've used Pinterest at all, you're probably familiar with landing on a lot of different blog posts from Pinterest, meaning like a lot of how-to articles, recipes, things like that. But I didn't want to just tell people something and not get anything in return. If I was going to spend all of this energy driving traffic from Pinterest, I wanted something to happen. I wanted them to do something. And that's where the Triple Dip Funnel came from. So because people were already on Pinterest searching for a solution to their problem, in this case, for my family budget spreadsheet, The problem was that they needed help managing their family finances, and the solution was my family budget spreadsheet. I didn't want to waste time sending these people to a blog post and just explaining how I could help them with budgeting or some basic budgeting system, and then nothing happened after that. Instead, I thought, well, I'll give them the ability to buy my exact system, and that's a family budget spreadsheet. Now, the problem was they didn't know me yet. So if they weren't ready to buy from me, they would bounce off of this sales page and never be seen again. So again, that would be wasted effort. I was getting a ton of clicks from Pinterest, but if they didn't end up buying the product, it was like, what was the point of the click? So this led to two issues that I needed to resolve. And the first issue was, how could I make the sales page more like an educational piece of content that allowed my new visitor to get to know me better while also asking them to purchase something? Sort of like a hybrid of what you would consider a blog post to be, where, there's like an in-depth article on the topic, but it ends with purchase something from me. The second issue I needed to solve was, if they weren't ready to buy from me, how could I still leverage the traffic to the sales page so I can continue to communicate with them and eventually nurture them into a sale down the road? The sales page needs to demonstrate the problem that your product is solving. And you can do this in a variety of ways through things like text, images, videos, and even customer testimonials. Now, the reason that the triple dip funnel sales page works is that I'm addressing the pain point that my ideal customer is having and not just giving boring product specs or addressing the problem without actually giving them a way to buy the solution. Side note here, you are actually doing your visitors a favor by allowing them to buy the solution to the problem that they were searching. And that is very hard for a lot of people. They feel like they have to offer a ton of value before they ask for a sale. And that's actually quite backwards because you're in the business of making money. So the whole point is that you're solving a problem and you want to be paid for that solution. So how do we mirror giving value with getting paid? And that is what I hope to solve with the triple dip sales funnel page. Now, if you want to see an example of what a triple dip sales funnel page looks like, I'll link to my family budget system and my family budget spreadsheet sales pages in the show notes so that you can take a look. And if you're at a computer, you might even want to pull those up. You can find the links to this podcast episode over at monicafroze.com/podcast. And this is episode 6. If you're on the computer, go ahead and pull it up, or on your phone, and you can actually walk through a sales page with me. Now, you can use the triple dip sales funnel page as an entry point into your sales funnel from anywhere. You can send people from your email list, your Instagram profile, your Facebook page, a Facebook ad, Pinterest, pretty much anywhere someone can find you, you can link to this sales page. Now let's talk about the actual structure of the triple dip funnel sales page. There are 13 critical components to include on the triple dip sales page that are proven to increase your sales page conversions. In other words, make more money. So the very first component that you want to include on your triple dip sales funnel page is, number one, a catchy hook. So on top of the sales page, you're going to actually state what the product is and what you're selling. So you're going to have a catchy tagline for the product. And here's an example for the family budget system. This is your all-in-one resource for claiming control and enjoying financial freedom with your family budget. So it's pretty clear right away what the problem is and what I'm trying to solve. Then number 2 is high quality product image. So above the fold refers to the section of a web page someone sees before scrolling. Above the fold, you're going to want to make sure that you give the product name, the catchy hook, and you want them to see a compelling image of the product that you're selling. Now, there are 6 ways to inspire action through product images, and I'm going to walk through those real quick. The first one is high quality photos. Photos should be high resolution and professional. This alone will help you stand above others, especially photos that are unique to your brand and not stock photos. The second way to inspire action through your product images is to show real life solutions. And what I mean by this is show your product being used in real life. Even if it's a digital product, it's something that is being used. So one of the ways I do this is I do a photo shoot every year with a local photographer where I'm on the computer using my digital assets and she's taking pictures of that. The third way to inspire action through product images is flat lays. Now, flat lays are a great way to showcase digital products. I get all of my digital assets printed and have my photographer take flat lay pictures for me, and I style them with on-brand colored confetti, notebooks, staplers. It depends what your digital product is. But let's just say that you have a meal planner that you sell. You can print out the meal planner, bind it at something like Office Max, and then display it, put it on your kitchen counter, and have all of the different things that you use for meal planning around that and take pictures. You can do this even with your iPhone. You can get a tripod for your iPhone and take flat lays yourself. Now, the fourth way to inspire action through product images is mock-ups. So mock-ups are a great way to showcase your solution. Think of things like 3D covers for an ebook, or I'm sure you've seen, if I was going to sell you a spreadsheet, I might use an iMac display and insert a screenshot of the spreadsheet into it. That's called a product mock-up, and that's something you can make online. No, you don't actually need to take a physical picture in that regard. Now, the fifth way to inspire action through product images is to use compelling text overlays. So text overlays are a great way to communicate what your solution is about. And also, if you have multiple components to your solution, or when I say solution, I mean your product, you can actually label what they are. So for example, in my family budget system, there's a debt payoff spreadsheet. The family budget spreadsheets included. There's a printable pack, printable cash envelopes. And so I use text overlays in the image that goes above the fold to demonstrate that there are multiple items inside of the system. And the sixth way to inspire action through product images is to use GIFs. Now, GIFs are moving images. So for example, if you're selling an ebook, you could show the pages flipping. I've taken different flat lays that I've created and then made a GIF image from them. So it rotates through the different images, and each image is showing a different feature of the digital product. Okay, so now moving down, we're at number 3, the third critical component to include on your Triple Dip sales funnel page. And that is to ask compelling questions. So ask compelling questions that will get your visitor's mind thinking about why they need this product. This is where you want to put yourself in their shoes and think about what the problem is they are facing before launching into what your product is all about. So for example, here's what I say on the family budget spreadsheet sales page. Do you know how much money you have left after each paycheck, 6 or even 12 months from now? Do you spend less than 30 minutes a month paying your bills and working on your budget? Do you know where you stand financially when an unexpected expense happens? Or do you have a plan to get out of debt? And then I say, if you answered no to any of these questions, the family budget spreadsheet can help you. So you're setting that frame of mind of you understand where they're at and you have something that's going to help them solve what that problem is. Okay, number 4, the fourth element is a relevant customer testimonial. So customer testimonials are great for showing that other people are happy with your product, but they can also be used to highlight the most important benefit of your product. So the first customer testimonial should touch on the number one pain point that your product solves and really draw that out. So your most compelling testimonial should stand on its own and be pretty high up on the sales page. Number 5 is to relate to your customer. Now, in this section, you're going to connect to your customer's struggles. You know they might be frustrated, overwhelmed, sad. You understand their emotions. So talk to them as you would a friend and let them know that you understand their pain point and let them know that they deserve a solution. And of course, that solution is going to be your product. Okay, the 6th critical component of your Triple Dip sales funnel page is what I call what's inside. So this is a perfect place to demonstrate what the product is in video format. You can also take that video and put it on YouTube and link it to your Triple Dip sales funnel page. So it's just another way to double dip on getting a video created. So for example, with the family budget spreadsheet, the video walks through each tab and has a text overlay showing the benefits of each tab. So what each tab does, it demonstrates how it's a benefit to you. And there's music playing in the background. And of course, there's fun transitions and pictures added in. Now, if this scares you and you're like, I have no idea how to create a video. Yeah, me neither. My very first video, and actually the one that I still have up on the family budget spreadsheet page was created by someone on Upwork. So Upwork or Fiverr are places that you can put up projects that you need created and people will bid on them. And it's a relatively cheap solution. Now, underneath the what's inside section is where I recommend putting your very first buy button for the product. Okay, number 7, key benefits. Now you're going to move into the key benefits of buying the product that you're selling. This is a good place to put imagine if statements. So imagine if you could pay off your student loans because you finally got a handle on your finances. That's an example of an imagine if statement. So you're not giving features yet. That's next. Instead, you're explaining the benefits of your solution. Number 8 is key features. So under the benefits, you can list the key features of the product, and this is more practical. So an example of this would be, you'll get 15 Google Sheet tabs or 25 printable pages. This is the practical, actual meat of what they're going to receive when they download your digital product. Now, here's a pro tip. All along, you're going to be including visual images of the product. And anytime you can show a before and after picture of the transformation that your product delivers, do it. Because this is all about showing the transformational value of your digital product. So here's an example. I sell website templates. So we will show on our sales page the transformation of what that template looks like from how you buy it from us to what it can look like when you change it into your own brand, using your own brand colors and your own imagery. So we show out of the box, here's what you're getting, and here's how you can use this to make it look like something that can transform your own sales pages. Now, underneath the key features, I recommend adding your second buy button. So now let's move on to number 9. More customer testimonials. So a testimonial section is where you'll display things like screenshots from Facebook. If you have a Facebook group, you probably have people in there talking about how great your product is. Always screenshot that. People might DM you on Facebook or on Instagram. Make sure to capture that. Emails. Customers respond to emails all the time, letting you know that your product's great and how it helped them. Screenshot that. Or you can even reach out to your customers and ask them how the product has helped them and ask for a headshot. That way you can actually show on your sales page real people are using your product and getting value from your product. Okay, the number 10 is frequently asked questions. This section is all about addressing commonly asked questions that are practical and addressing common objections. So for example, a practical question would be, can I use this spreadsheet with Excel? Overcoming an objection would be, I'm not very good with spreadsheets. Will this product work for me? Underneath that, we're into number 11, which is include a bio section. So this is where you're going to tell people about you and why you're qualified to create the product that you're selling. You want to make your bio section about why they can trust you and how you can help them. In essence, your bio is actually more about them than you. It's about how you're helping them while also making sure that you convey to them that you're qualified to help them. Number 12 is the buy now section. So now it's time to move into getting them to actually hit the buy button. This is the final pitch for the product. You're going to include another image of the product, list the major features, and end with a buy now button. Now, let's say someone decides to buy from the sales page. They'll check out, and from there, they will be sent a welcome email from you about the product. And now the transaction's done. They are now a customer of yours, and you have the ability to communicate with them down the road and to encourage future sales. But what happens if someone gets to the buy section and decides they aren't ready to buy from you yet? And this, number 13, is the key critical component to the entire Triple Dip sales funnel page. I call it the freebie section. Here's where the second part of what the Triple Dip actually means. They get to the end of the sales page and they're not ready to buy. To account for people who land on the page but are not familiar with you, you want to give them an opportunity to get on your email list with a freebie. The way I see it, if you're not ready to buy from me right now, I still want to be able to nurture our relationship in the future. So in the Triple Dip funnel, your main objective is to get the sale. And then your secondary objective is to collect their email address for future nurturing. So at the end of the page, I say something like, Not sure yet? At least don't leave empty-handed. Then I include a picture of the freebie and a sign up button to claim it. Remember, the people who are going to land on this page, they might not be familiar with you. So you don't want to lose the ability to be able to sell to them later, even if they're not ready to buy right now. If they decide to opt in for your freebie, which by the way is directly related to what the product is about, then they're going to be taken to the third part of the triple dip because it's called a triple dip. So step 1, ask for the sale. Step 2, ask for their email. What's this third part? The third part is a thank you page. The thank you page for the freebie is what we refer to as a tripwire page, that limited time offer. On the tripwire page, you're going to offer the same product at a special price. And the beauty of this is that you're essentially duplicating the triple dip page, which you can do in 2 simple clicks if you use a landing page software called Lead Pages. Lead Pages is my preferred choice for building out all of my sales funnel pages, and it takes less than a minute and just reworking the page to produce some urgency. So my suggestion for the tripwire page is to use a 20-minute countdown, which also is something they call a widget that's built into Lead Pages. So it's as simple as dragging a widget into the duplicated page and adding a 20-minute countdown. When they arrive at the tripwire page, you're essentially using the exact same wording that you used on the triple dip sales funnel page, but you're giving them a discount and giving them urgency, hence the countdown. Now, you might feel like, you know what, I don't want to offer my product for less money after they opt in for the freebie. Another suggestion is to offer a downsell product. This is best used with a higher priced product and a lower priced product. So for example, you could send people directly to your triple dip sales funnel page for a $97 mini course. And then at the very end, if they decide not to buy, they opt in for a freebie, you can, instead of discounting that $97 course, you could downsell them to a lower priced product. Maybe you have a lower priced ebook or a workbook or a spreadsheet, whatever it might be. You can use the triple dip funnel to do a main product and then a downsell, or you can do the main product and then discount that product on the tripwire page. All right, I know this was a lot, so let's just recap exactly what we covered here. The entry point for your triple dip sales funnel page is anywhere you get leads from. Okay, so you're gonna link to your triple dip sales funnel page from things like Facebook ads and Pinterest, and if you have a YouTube strategy, if you have a podcast, anytime that you're going to encounter people who have a problem, and then you have a product that solves that problem, you're going to want to drop this link. Now, the triple dip sales funnel page is where you're providing value, you're offering a solution to their problem with your product, and trying to capture a sale. What happens if they don't decide to buy off the triple dip page? Well, then you're going to get them to sign up for your email list at the bottom of the page where you offer a freebie. Now, once they sign up for the freebie, they would be presented with a tripwire, which is the same product offered for less money, but they're going to have a 20-minute countdown, giving them that urgency to claim that discount. Or if you're not comfortable with that, you can just offer a lower priced product, a downsell. Now you have their email, so you can continue to nurture them down the road into more sales. The critical component here is that you always want to capture that ability to continue to communicate with these visitors that have arrived at your site. Implementing this style of a sales page into my business dramatically changed everything. I went from a 90% bounce rate off of my sales pages to 10 to 20% of people buying the product. So let me explain what that means real quick. 90% of the people who landed on my sales pages never took action and would bounce off the page. Now, instead, 10 to 20% of people go on to buy the product, and roughly 30% end up opting in for the freebie. So generally speaking, 45 to 55% of people who land on my sales pages that don't know anything about me take some sort of action. Now, out of the people who opt in for my freebie at the end, the tripwire goes on to convert at an average of 70%. So these are really good numbers. It has also helped me to grow my email list, which, as I've mentioned before, is the most powerful tool you have in your business for growing a loyal community and making money. The triple dip funnel sales page helped me solve 2 issues that I was experiencing. 1, be educational instead of literal in the sales process, meaning I'm not going to just give you a bunch of product specs and tell you literally what's in the product. Instead, I'm going to inform you how my product is transformational. And it also help me solve number 2, which is to leverage the traffic I was getting to the sales page so that I could continue to communicate with them and eventually nurture them into a sale, whether or not they bought from me outright in the beginning or not. So what do you think? Do you want to try out the triple dip funnel in your own business? What we've done is we put together some plug and play templates that you can use to create your own triple dip sales funnel page. So the templates work with lead pages or the WordPress builder Elementor. And if you go on over to my shop, which is monicafroshop.com, on the menu, if you navigate to website templates, you can actually buy the triple dip funnel sales pages and then just change out your pictures and your brand colors, and you'll have your own sales page ready to go. I also do have a very popular online course that I put together that dives deep into how the triple dip funnel works and how to leverage it in your own business. So I'll include a link to the course in the show notes as well. So if you're interested in learning everything about how I make this work, that's what you'd want to go over and get. If you do try out the triple dip funnel style sales page, go ahead and tag me on Instagram at Redefining Mom, because I'd love to check it out. I'd love to share it with my followers, and I might be known to occasionally buy my students' digital products because I get sucked into their sales pages. So I'd be so excited to see if this is something that you implement in your own business. Let me know. Tag me on Instagram at Redefining Mom, and happy selling. I'll see you back here next week. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Empowered Business Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and leave a rating and review. I read each and every one and love hearing from you. As always, you can find all of the links and information mentioned in this episode at monicafroze.com/podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in.